What is up, everybody? Welcome back for week 14 of the NFL. Let's go ahead and just talk about it real quick. We had our game on Thursday, the Packers at Lions. When we got that spread, it was +3. That game ended up coming down to a 3-point spread. So it wouldn't have mattered who we picked. We were going to push on that one. So the schedule or the standings will update to 6 ties. That has not been updated because I don't do it middle of the week to make sure I don't lose track of what I have. As it stands, Brett, you are 95, 97, and now 6. I am 100, 92, and 6. So a good week, and we're both in the positive. A bad week, and I could very much follow you into the negative. That's very possible, unfortunately. I don't like that that's possible, but it is. Because you just never know what
You, you don't have to follow me if you just start picking different things from me.
Hey, man, we take turns picking. You pick the same things as me sometimes.
I'm just saying, I'm trying to catch up. All right.
I'm just saying sometimes you pick the same thing as me.
Yeah, to catch up.
Sometimes I pick the same thing as you because I think it's right.
Nah.
Hey, motherfucker, I'm the only one with the right record. Apparently, I've been picking right. All right.
Yeah.
Also, just so everybody that's looking at this can see that there are some updates to our standing pictures. A red X has been added to any team that has been eliminated from playoff contention. Those are the Giants, the Patriots, the Raiders, and the Jags. I know it's crazy. There are 2 3-9 teams that have not been eliminated from playoff contention, but mathematically speaking, they can still make it. That will probably
3,
change for Cleveland.
4.
Oh shit.
There's 4 3-9 teams.
There are 4 3-9 teams. That's insane. I was looking purely at Cleveland and Carolina. You don't think that there would be a 3-9 team not in last place?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. Anywho, there are also now numbers in green in the top right corner of each team that is currently slotted to be in a playoff seed. It is their proper seeding, and then you will also see for the Kansas City Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills, and the Detroit Lions, there is a PC there that stands for playoff clinched. If they end up clinching their division, it will change to a DC for division clinched, and if they clinch the number 1 seed, it will change to 1C for 1 seed clinched.
Unfortunate. I thought they disconnected.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Could be real helpful to some of us.
It could be. Here's the thing: even if some of those teams disconnected, I don't think it would matter. They could disconnect now and still win their division more than likely.
Well, I'm not saying they won't win the division, but if they
then they suck in the playoffs.
Reconnect.
Then they suck in the playoffs. Right.
Yeah. Should we get started though?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. You go ahead and tell us what that first game is.
All right. Well, I know it's weird because it feels like these teams just played, and that's because they did just recently play.
Like 3 weeks ago.
We have the Browns and the Steelers. This time,
in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Hopefully, there won't be any snow for them.
It has been snowing a bit here where I live, and we live pretty close to Pennsylvania. It's been snowing off and on the past like 5 days, so you never know.
Well, for the Browns, hopefully it snows for them.
Facts. They're also getting 6.5 points going into this game. I like Pittsburgh here. I think Pittsburgh's got something to prove after how that went last time. I like Pittsburgh here. Not to mention, this is to try and, effectively speaking, knock Cleveland out of playoff contention.
Yeah.
And because they got upset last time, I feel like they got a chip on their shoulder. I like Pittsburgh.
I don't want that to happen again.
Right.
No,
I like Pittsburgh.
I get it. I was telling you earlier, I think Jameis Winston's probably going to throw around 3 or 4 touchdowns this game.
I agree.
2 of those being the other team.
Yeah, facts.
But yeah, I'm taking Pittsburgh.
All right, then let's go ahead and move on. We got the New Orleans Saints heading to New York, technically New Jersey, to play the New York Giants. Giants getting 5 points at home.
Taking the Saints.
Yeah, I think I am too. The Saints haven't been good this year, but
I
they
don't think there's anything good about the Giants, though.
no, I don't think that the Giants have any redeeming qualities right now. And they may just end up trying to tank for that number 1 seed, honestly.
If they're smart, they should. I know people don't like that, but
Yeah, I like the Saints here by more than 5.
next up we have Jets going to Miami.
Jets going to Miami. Jets getting 6.
I think I'm taking a leap on this one. I think Jets keep it within the spread.
I do too. So I think this is a
I think
sleeper
Miami
game.
wins. I think Miami wins this game.
I almost think they might not. I think every time we get into this rhythm of thinking the Jets can't get it right, they manage to win a game, and that's why they've won 3 games this season, because it usually they go like 3 and then 1 and then 3 and then 1, and it might be time for them to get their 1 again before they lose for the rest of the season. I like the Jets here. I think they're a sneaky sleeper team for a Dolphins that have been underperforming this year. I definitely think they keep it within 6.
Yeah.
Which means they won't, but that's what I think will happen.
Probably.
Yeah. Let's move on. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars heading to Tennessee to determine who the shittiest team in their division is. Jacksonville getting 3.
So
Ew.
I think this is the Titans for me. I think the Titans are trying to more so, at least player wise, they're trying to prove their place here, right? You know, you got a young rookie quarterback. He is a rookie, right? That was this last year, Willis,
No.
or was that the year before?
I think he was last year.
Okay. Anyway, no, I feel like they're in a position where they're probably trying to prove some things. And Jacksonville probably should be trying to look for the number 1 seed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Number 1 pick, I mean.
Yeah, the number 1. Yeah, the number 1 seed in the draft.
In the draft.
I'm kind of with you on that. I think that if this was a touchdown, I would take Jacksonville.
Yeah, because if they lose, they don't want to lose like egregiously.
Right, but I think at the point that you have anything less than a 3.5 point spread, you're just picking who you think wins the game. We've said that all year. And I think Tennessee wins the game. So I got to take Tennessee here. I don't love it. I do think this is one of the games this week that could go either way. But I
might be least watched game of the season.
Might be least watched. Yeah,
of this week. I mean,
might be least watched game of the season. You might have been right. This is a bad a game with 5 wins between the two teams is not in week 14 is not a game you want to watch.
It's not a good game. No.
Let's move on.
So a game that might be a bit more entertaining. We have the Atlanta Falcons going to Minnesota. Touted as a little bit of a revenge game for Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. Atlanta getting 6.
And I'm gonna be real with you. I think that's enough for me to pick Atlanta.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
Very likely Minnesota wins this, but I can see Atlanta, if not winning this game, keeping it within that spread.
I absolutely agree. I think, just like you said, Minnesota should win this game, but Atlanta can keep it close. Also, it's not a primetime game, which means Kirk Cousins can ball out. So I definitely like Atlanta here. Revenge game or not, I just like Atlanta here. I think that Minnesota's struggling, even though they're 10-2. It's weird to say a 10-2 team is struggling, but it looks like they're not gelling well, and they're only getting their wins because of the other team gelling worse. and this Atlanta team looks like they've gelled well. They've just struggled to put it together in those final moments of games.
It is weird how a 10-2 team doesn't feel good.
Right. Yeah.
It's super weird. The Eagles were in a similar position
up until
earlier
recently.
on in the year.
Yeah, and I said it that whole time. Yeah.
They just didn't feel great.
Yeah.
But I mean,
now they feel good. But I just think Minnesota is one of those teams. It's their record feels more like a byproduct of their their light schedule than their team being good. Whereas like a Buffalo Bills with the same record, it feels like they have that record because they're good. Like they feel like two very different 10-2 teams. And we'll get to Buffalo in a little bit. Let's move on. We got speaking of teams that felt like they were off and kind of put it together, we got the Carolina Panthers heading to the Philadelphia Eagles. Biggest spread of the week, not even close, only double-digit spread. Carolina getting 13.5. I am going to take Philly. I don't like that I'm taking Philly.
So I saw this spread earlier, and I was super conflicted, and I'm still super conflicted. But I'm also taking Philly.
I feel like I saw that coming. It's just you can't trust Carolina. Philly is a 2-touchdown or more better than Carolina. But this feels like a trap game.
What's most likely going to happen is in the last
a garbage time touchdown
3 minutes of the game, they're gonna score to get close, and that's gonna ruin the spread for us. They're gonna get 10. They're gonna get within 10.
It'll still be a 2-possession game, but it'll be Yeah, I see that happening. I feel like this is a trap game where the Eagles might be coming in underprepared and suddenly Carolina's a little more competitive than they thought they were. Because at the end of the day, we understand Carolina is a bottom 5 team in the league right now, but they are still professional athletes. People do not understand that.
For a little bit, weren't they calling them the Carolina Reapers because they just kept sneaking into teams and just winning for no reason?
Yeah, I mean they're only 3-9, but those 3 wins came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So
this could be another one.
This could be a trap game. I don't think it's a trap game, but I think it's a trap game in the spread. So let's move on.
Yeah, the Bucks are going to be hosting the Raiders.
And the Raiders will be getting 6.5.
And I'm going to go with the Bucks.
I also like Tampa here.
Yeah.
They're just the better team. I don't think there's much to say about it because Vegas is just that rough right now. So let's just move on.
There's not much to talk about.
Not in this one, no. There's no justifying. What could be the sneaky best game of the week? The Seattle Seahawks heading to division rival Arizona Cardinals. Seattle getting 3. In a game that could decide who wins this division, for the record. I low-key like Arizona here. I like Arizona here.
I do too.
I don't like that I like Arizona here.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna pick the Seahawks.
Okay.
I do like Arizona.
I'm taking Arizona. I like Arizona here. I really do.
Arizona probably wins this game. I'm gonna take the Seahawks. It's just a gut feeling.
I feel it. No, weird. It could go either way.
I don't know, but
it could absolutely go either way.
We'll see what happens.
Yep. Let's move
on. The Bears heading to San Francisco.
Bears getting 3.
Only 3.
Only 3.
So San Francisco's been rough.
Not that rough. I'm taking them.
I don't think it's been that rough. I don't. 3 points.
3.
I gotta go San Francisco. If you made it more than that, I might lean towards the Bears to like try to make it a tense game.
Yeah.
But 3,
3?
I
Yeah,
got
no.
I gotta take San Francisco.
All right, let's move on. We got the Buffalo Bills
Mhm.
heading to the Los Angeles Rams. Big game for the Rams. This keeps them in the division. This is a big game for the Rams. Rams getting 3.5. I gotta be honest, I thought it would be more. And because it's not, I'm taking Buffalo.
I am too. I'm
That
also taking
that
Buffalo.
just doesn't feel like enough.
No. It feels like an incorrect spread, to be honest.
It does. It genuinely does. It feels like something got mixed up.
But moving on, the Chargers going to Kansas City.
Chargers getting 4.
I'm gonna take the Chargers.
Ooh, 4 is close, man. 4 is right on that cusp of where I'm like, maybe, maybe not. Let me see. Where are they at? They're at what, 8-4? They lose this game, they could potentially fall to the bottom end of the wild card slots.
But it doesn't take them out of wild card.
Doesn't take them out just because of how shit the rest of the AFC's been. But it puts them on that cusp where they could fall out the following week.
All right, I'm gonna go lay down. I'll be back in a little bit.
I feel like they have a lot to fight for. I'm kind of with you on they keep it close. I'll take the Chargers here to keep it close. Hell, the Chargers might get an upset win here. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Chargers. All right, and then moving on to our Monday night football game, we got the Cincinnati Bengals heading to the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas getting 5.5. I'm going to take Dallas. Getting 5.5. I think since he's been really struggling this year, and I get Dallas hasn't been good this year, or at least great, but they're on a 2-game winning streak. They've been looking better the last couple of weeks. They're still fighting for a lot. And I just think Cincinnati, for some reason, can't put it together. Their defense is abysmal, so the backup of Dallas's offense might still be able to handle it. And I think Dallas's defense can at least, now that it's healthy, compete with Cincinnati's powerhouse offense. I like Dallas here to, at the very least, keep it close, if not even get a dub.
I'm gonna go ahead and take the Bengals. I feel like they have more of a need for this game.
I feel that. I think they're in both in the same spot of what they need. So.
I don't know. I feel like the need for Dallas with where their team is, I don't feel like it's as high. When you're in a position where you're on your backup quarterback, your starter's not coming back. Your backup quarterback isn't some like rising star. It's not like they have Trey Lance in there and there's some bright future hope that
true.
He might become something.
That's true.
So I don't think there is a large amount of hope and energy behind this team.
Right. No, I feel that. I just think at the same side of it, Dallas has, put all their eggs in these baskets. If they don't make the playoffs, where do they stand? Who does Jerry Jones have to fire? Blah, 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 blah. Whereas with Cincinnati, no matter what they do at this point, something has to be talked about because they have the best, some of the best offensive stats in the league and are 4-8. No matter what you do to turn this season around, those conversations have to happen. Dallas is in a situation where they can go, okay, we got healthy. Let's prove that us healthy can win football games. I get they don't have Dak, but they have health on defense now, and they didn't. And so now they could be in a situation where they get to say, okay, we got healthy on defense. Our defense can win ball games.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So they kind of still have something to prove in a way, whereas Cincinnati has already proven their offense is not the problem. You know what I mean? So it's kind of one of those situations where it's like they both have stuff that they need to address, but one of them almost, if they can win more football games, they have an out from addressing it this year. I don't want that to happen. I almost would rather Dallas lose out and have to address the problems. But from a player perspective, they could take the blames off themselves if they can win some games now that they're healthy on defense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're closer to still making the playoffs than Cincinnati is.
Still taking the Bengals.
I understand. I'm not against it. That's just where I'm at. So, all right. That's what we got this week. Highest scoring game of the week?
I don't know, man.
Buffalo, LA, maybe?
Chargers, Kansas City.
Okay. Lowest scoring game of the week? Jacksonville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let us know what you guys think. We're going to go ahead and keep this updated going forward on the playoff standings, the eliminated teams, and talk about what we're going to do as we get closer to playoff season about how we're going to handle predictions. Also, we had a comment, Brett and I talked about it. We had a comment recommending the quote-unquote punishment for the loser with two recommendations. Recommendation one was having to buy a jersey for the winner, jersey of the winner's choice. The other one was having to bet on the winner's team to win the Super Bowl in the offseason next year. Don't think we're going to do that one just because that one is extremely heavy-handed, beneficial towards me losing versus Brett, because betting on Green Bay to win the Super Bowl would be super, risky, but possible. Betting on Dallas to win the Super Bowl in the offseason would just be foolish. At least if the loser has to buy the winner a jersey, that's a jersey that gets to stay in their collection and not be a waste of money, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll consider that. We'll talk amongst that. Let us know if you have any other ideas. Let us know if you guys like that idea. And we'll continue to talk about that as we get closer to the playoff season. And with all that being said, that is going to do it for week 14. We hope you enjoy your football games this week. Hopefully your team wins, unless that would interfere with us having a good week. And with all that being said, as always, that is Brett. I'm Pip. Y'all the greatest. And when in doubt, we'll see you next time. See ya. I like the little fancy wave. See ya.